Well, hello, Catherine Langman here, back with you on the Productpreneur Success podcast. Welcome to the show if you are a new listener, and of course, welcome back to you long-time listeners. And now I'm recording this episode in July, and it should be released before the end of the month. And what I'm going to be sharing with you today is some tips and some inspiration to really help ensure that you get the absolute best revenue results possible come holiday season. Now, I know that it feels a long way away. Hopefully it doesn't feel so far away that it's completely intangible, but realistically, if we're going to have the best Christmas / holiday / fourth quarter sales season this year possible, then we need to be getting onto it now. Now, I know it's been a seriously tough start to the year for so many businesses around the country, around the world. And so really the purpose of today's episode is to just try and help make sure that you can set yourself up for the busiest and most successful sales season of the year. Because the fourth quarter is typically the busiest time of the year in e-commerce generally. And by fourth quarter, I mean from October to the end of December. And during that period of time, there are so many kind of key promotion dates, holiday type promotions. So, you know, there's Halloween, there's Thanksgiving. I know those are largely US related holidays, but they happen here a lot now as well. And I know they've been adopted in other places around the world as well. And, you know, then of course there's Christmas or whichever sort of similar event that you might celebrate in your own religion or your own family tradition or whatever the case may be. And then, of course, there's other sorts of promotional events that have become really popular and very kind of key events in the e-commerce retail calendar. So things like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, for instance. And, you know, there's definitely others like here around Australia, we'll have various afterpay days and we'll have, gosh, there's several between now and the end of the year. You don't have to do them all, that's for sure, but you really have a lot that you can take advantage of between now and the end of the year. Now, we know that COVID lockdowns kind of laid the foundation for some new consumer behavior over the last couple of years and really helped drive online sales to new heights over the last two Christmases. Don't be tempted to assume that that sort of trend has ended. This year, in 2022, e-commerce retail sales globally are actually predicted to tip past the $5.5 trillion mark, and that's US dollars. So, you know, with many businesses also making more than a quarter of their revenue in the fourth quarter of the year. So some huge opportunities still to come. And in fact, some businesses will actually make up to 75% of their revenue during the fourth quarter of the year. Obviously, they're more seasonal businesses. But even for non-seasonal businesses, you know, the online stores who do a really good job of events like Black Friday and, you know, Afterpay Day or others along those lines are going to see conversion rates on their website and with their marketing really kind of skyrocket past 6%, which is, you know, 6% on an e-commerce website is about 3 times the average. So, you know, you definitely want to be trying to set yourself up for some of that success. It's actually also really interesting to note that the majority of shoppers, 42% in fact, are now doing both their research and their shopping online during the holiday season as opposed to in-store versus about 20% buying online on average over the whole year. So to say that the holiday season is prime time for all of us to really boost our sales is a major understatement. Now, it would also be a mistake to think that you can start planning your holiday marketing around September or October, or even later than that, if you're like many businesses that I've observed over the years. In reality, to make the most of your marketing and to get the best results in the fourth quarter this year, and to really enjoy the best revenue growth possible, you need to be planning now in July, which is why we're doing this episode here and now, right? And, you know, there is a lot more to it than just rolling out a few emails and a few ads and then kind of crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. Now, so that's what we're going to really go through in this episode. I'm going to give you 10 really solid tips for what you can do now to set yourself up for the best possible fourth quarter results and holiday sales season possible this year. But before we dive into that, I really want to let you know that I also have a really special offer available right now. And I just wanted to take a quick minute to let you know about this. So if you want to set your online store up for massive success this holiday season, then you really do need to start planning and implementing your marketing right now. And if you can get this right, you will enjoy that really big hit of revenue, increased brand awareness, attracting new customers, maybe some new stockists as well if you wholesale, increase your customer loyalty and repeat purchase rate. You'll drive word of mouth referrals, which is the best kind of advertising. And, you know, there's so much more opportunity for really building your brand and growing your revenue. Not to mention, you know, you'll also be able to enjoy achieving all of that with more predictability and way less stress or crazy long hours hustling if you start planning and implementing now. So to help you with that, I've decided to do something a little bit crazy. And so here's what I'm talking about. For a few days only, I've put together my ultimate epic holiday promo bundle at a massive discount of 75%, saving you basically $591. So I'm going to be giving you 4 entire courses for just $197, which is the price of just 1. So that means you're getting 3 entire courses absolutely free. But after this flash sale is over, the price is going to jump back to the regular value of $788. So here's how it works. To take advantage of this special one-time opportunity or to find out all of the details and inclusions, just head to katherinelangman.com/holiday. And I will be sure to post that link on the podcast show notes as well. So if you're keen to learn how to run the kind of marketing strategies that generates the, you know, the massive results that you're really looking for, but maybe you've been a little bit on the fence about buying some training programs or coaching or consulting, or if you love the idea of just, you know, trying to generate that big hit of results from your marketing, now is the time to jump on this deal. So again, just head to katherinelangman.com/holiday and grab this deal today. Alrighty, so let's jump back into the podcast episode where I'm going to be sharing with you some insights around what you should be doing right now in your business and in your marketing in order to set yourself up for a bumper holiday season this year. Now, the first thing is that you really need to start early, like now, and you really need to be formulating a plan. You want to go about this with a plan because, you know, whenever you do start, making this plan for your fourth quarter marketing is really crucial. So you don't want to just decide at the last minute that you're going to sell off whatever excess stock that you have lying around. It's just not going to work as well as you would ideally want to experience, right? So you want to plan in advance to make sure that you have the stock that makes sense in the context of you know, what your customers are going to be buying at that time of year. And that will also really lend itself to the sorts of marketing that is going to really land at that time of year as well. You know, if you do try to wing it during this holiday season, you will be outperformed by competitors who have had their campaigns set up and scheduled months in advance. Now, planning your strategy doesn't have to be difficult. You know, you can start by outlining the goals that you want to achieve and the tactics that you plan on using. In reality, you are likely to be planning and running a series of promotions between now and the end of the year, right? So you want to kind of list those out and kind of start formulating some ideas and plans around how you are going to really execute on those. And then once you've got that planned out, you want to start listing out all of the assets that you might need to design, you know, for your marketing. So it could be graphics or images. You might even get some photos done. You could be, you know, creating emails, advertising. You could be creating some new content for your website, and you're going to need a whole bunch of, you know, copywriting and graphics and whatnot for all of those different parts of your marketing. So then you want to decide on the promotion dates as well. So what dates will you be opening and closing each of these promotions? So you want to try and get those out in a little bit of a calendar, and you also want to start working out as much as possible. It might be a little too early to figure out so, you know, absolute certainty, but what would be your last possible postage date prior to Christmas as well? So, you know, just try and at least document as much of this as you possibly can. So that you can have a really clear idea of what you are going to be running in your campaigns. And then you want to start to create a bit of a timeline backwards from then, so that, you know, you've got launch day and you know exactly what's going to happen between then and the last possible, you know, postage day. So, you know, if you start breaking up your holiday marketing in this way, you're going to start to see exactly how much work needs to be done, and also, you know, how you might make the best use of your time and how you might be able to get the help from some other people as well, whether it's, you know, content creators or copywriters, designers, photographers, collaborations with others, and all sorts of things, right? Now, most important of all, don't freak out if you haven't started planning yet. There is still time to create your killer digital marketing plan for the holiday season. And of course, just listening to this podcast episode will help guide you onto the right pathway straight away. Okay, number 2, you want to plan ahead with your inventory as well. You know, so you want to start looking at trends in your own business, what's selling, what's not. You know, even start having a look at what are the best conversion rates on the pages of your website. You can have a look in Google Analytics to help you with that. You can certainly get some reports from your Shopify dashboard about what the best-selling products and collections are. You can also start looking around at some trends that you're seeing coming out from maybe some of the bigger retailers, that sort of thing. You can look at things in your email. So if you're using Clavio, like I hope you all are, you can start looking at, you know, historically over the last few months or even over the last 12 months, what have been the best sorts of promotions and offers that have really converted with your audience. You know, start trying to figure out as much or to deduce as many insights as you possibly can from your customers, and you know, really think about how you can translate that to the inventory that you're going to need to have this Christmas. Hopefully you've already started thinking about this, because I know you know, a lot of brands have already released at least on some of their you know, ranges for gifting and whatnot coming up. Now, I know last year that the concept of buy now, wrap later really rang true, because people did start shopping and buying for Christmas gifts much earlier than normal, you know, from October onwards, really. So you really want to think about what kind of gift items and inventory and things like that, and how you might even bundle them together. So bundles and gift packs really do make it very easy for customers to choose and make that kind of purchase decision as well. So you really want to start planning those things now and make sure you have the right stuff in stock, ready to sell, listed on your website in time. Number 3 is building your email list now. I almost wanted to make this number 1, right? This is so incredibly important. You know, I often say, if you know, if nobody knows that you exist, then you're never going to sell anything, right? And it's just so true. And you know, I think that well, I know that the businesses that make email list building and regular email marketing a baked in part of running their business are the ones that are performing the best in terms of revenue, and probably suffering the least as well in terms of the impact of, you know, economic pressures or impact of you know, some of the supply chain restraints and things like that have been going on over the last few months. So email marketing is absolutely crucial. It is critical to the success of an e-commerce business these days. So you really do want to be building your list now. You don't want to be building it the week before you're running a promotion out or launching your big holidays campaigns. You want to be doing it now. So you can do things like running a giveaway or a contest, or using list building apps like Wheelio, or doing collaborations with other brands, or working with influencers. You know, like, there are so many different ways that you can build your list. Do whatever you can, do all of it if you can. You don't have to do it all at once. Just, you know, have something running all the time that is, you know, consistently building your list. Do it often, do it consistently, so that you have a really, you know, the biggest size audience possible ready and waiting for you when you do start to roll out your holiday marketing. This is one of the things that is so key to being able to maximize your results come the fourth quarter. Number 4 is another one that I would love to see more people doing, and that is writing and optimizing a gift guide blog now or very soon. Now, what if I said to you that you could potentially double the amount of free organic search traffic and sales? Would you like that? Pretty sure none of you would say no, right? And so a Christmas themed gift guide or mega blog optimized for the right search keywords for your business and brand and, you know, whatever it is that you sell can do this for you. Now, not many business owners actually will go to the effort of writing a Christmas blog. And I know that that can be partly because lots of e-commerce businesses don't really understand how to blog for, you know, driving traffic and sales organically. But also, I think that many businesses will just think that the lifetime value of such a blog is not long enough or big enough to warrant the effort. But that's not actually true. You can actually do it in a way that you can actually kind of rejig it every Christmas so that you can you know, keep using the work that you've done year in, year out. And honestly, if you actually go to the effort, you know, these sorts of keywords usually do have really huge search volume. So you are putting yourself at a distinct advantage compared to your competitors in the marketplace. So that's a really worthwhile effort to go to. Number 5, when it comes to your major Christmas promotion, first of all, I really want you to start thinking about what your campaign theme or creative concept might be. And there's a really important reason that I want you to think about this. And by my theme or creative concept, I'm thinking about things like, you know, you might do an advent calendar type promotion or a 12 days of Christmas style promotion, or you might theme it like a very Aussie Christmas, or you might visually theme it. I've done candy cane themed promotions and gingerbread themed promotions, and that came into all of the design and the imagery, and it also came into the language as well, the wording that we used, and had a lot of fun around that. So you know, the reason that this becomes important at highly promotional times of the year is you've got to think about how busy the competitive landscape becomes. You know, it becomes very noisy, very cluttered. You know, there are lots and lots of businesses and brands out there really, you know, trying to promote themselves and trying to win the business of the customers. We have seen this trend distinctly this year, that when it is a major promotional time of year, like Mother's Day, for instance, or Easter, and, you know, Christmas won't be any different. If you go out there with those generic promotional terms, you know, get your Mother's Day gifts here or whatever the case may be, it just does not work. It doesn't cut through. You need to have some kind of way of storytelling and branding and theming your promotion so that you can actually cut through the noise and really capture your audience's attention, really engage with them, and, you know, therefore be able to enjoy the traffic and the sales versus somebody else who's being a little bit more generic and boring. So just talking about Christmas gifts is not going to cut through that noise at all this year. You're going to have to get a little bit more creative. Number 6 is next. So what would be the offer or the offers that you are going to roll out? Could it be free gift wrap and gift card with a minimum order spend? Or is it going to be discounted bundles or gift packs? Or, you know, you could, you know, you can run a series of offers or incentives, gifts with purchase. I mean, obviously discounts will work, but try other things as well. Don't just reach for discounts as the go-to thing here. Certainly, if you have new products or ranges being launched out to market between now and, you know, the end of the year, the what's new is going to be the offer that you are running with. Okay, so it doesn't always have to be an incentive per se. You know, whatever's new is going to also be enticing, or it should be. So you know, you really want to think about how you can kind of map out and plan out the different kinds of offers or incentives or new products or whatever it is, you know, a variety of different offers between now and the end of the year. And you can, you know, kind of stack them, particularly as you get closer to Christmas. You know, perhaps over the last week of your promotional period, you might want to offer free express posts so that you can close as many of those sales prior to Christmas as humanly possible. Number 7, people want as much certainty, if I can get my words out, in their lives as humanly possible right now. You know, we've been living in this world where so much has been really unpredictable and uncertain over the last couple of years. So what can you do as a business to try and provide a little bit more of a sense of certainty and control for your customers? Now, if you remember last year, there were enormous shipping and delivery delays, right? And, you know, a lot of consumers will have been impacted negatively by that and, you know, not received their orders on time to give as gifts. So to try and avoid disappointment as much as possible, you really want to be communicating as openly and promptly and early and often as possible about things like delivery and timeframes and things like that. Where possible, consider trying things like a cheap upgrade to Express Post. I've seen this work really well recently where online stores, they might incorporate free standard shipping into their retail prices. And obviously I'm suggesting that your regular retail pricing be set at a point that, covers the cost of standard shipping. And then the free upgrade is just the difference between regular and express shipping, rather than, lots of small businesses, they'll say free standard shipping and then express is $15. But really the difference between standard and express is like $4. So make the express $4 if the standard shipping has been incorporated. But really, mostly when it comes to things like shipping and delivery in these really busy promotional periods, it's about clear communication and great customer service and just trying to provide as much certainty to your audience as humanly possible. All right, number 8. You want to be removing friction from your website as much as possible. This helps to increase your conversion rate, maximize sales, and reduce shopping cart abandonment. And really, when you study user behavior on an e-commerce website, you typically see that customers prefer fewer clicks and, they want to get from the first landing on your website to transacting as fast as possible. So any interruption to your customers' purchasing experience will increase their frustration and risk of cart abandonment, especially if they are shopping on mobile, right? Research shows, in fact, that for every 1 second delay, your conversion rate drops by 7%, which is pretty massive, right? So we achieve this kind of speed and efficiency through the shopping cart and lack of friction through the shopping cart with a variety of ways. So, you might make so one thing that we actually have been doing a lot of is designing and creating specific landing pages that are unique for the promotion or unique for the messaging or the angle that we're going for. It might be popular gifts for children or something like that, and then the landing page might have kids who love to draw or to play outside or to build, and there'd be little links to those different collections of products, right? We also do things like creating bundles and gift packs. These make it super easy for shoppers to choose, rather than expecting people to click around your website and find all the bits and pieces that they want to put together in a gift or that might be used together, for instance. This is where things like Lego come into their own. Lego have really mastered the art of the gift pack or of the bundle. They have the boxed sets that are just super easy. You just grab one and go, and there's the game all in one. You also want to think about removing the need to enter a coupon code as a requirement to redeem a promotion. When it is this highly busy, big promotional peak season, you just don't want to put too many steps in the way. I also don't really advocate for promotions that are a little bit tricky to communicate online. Some promotions work beautifully in store, like a spend and save type thing. I don't see that those sorts of promotions work as well when they're run online. And it's just because it's a little bit harder to communicate. There's a few more steps to go through. Similarly, you know, if you're doing something like a gift with purchase, if you can't just do something that will automatically be added to the shopping cart, you know you're going to end up with customer inquiries saying, oh, I put the code in and nothing was added to my cart. What did I do wrong? Or this doesn't work, you know, and complaining. So basically, when it is a really busy peak sales season, you just need to make it as easy as possible and as frictionless as possible, and try and kind of make it automated, right? So don't require too many steps. You also really want to make it super easy to access customer service at this time. So, you know, just make it really, really simple for customers to engage with you and to you know, get to the checkout and get what they want, basically. And I guess last point there about, you know, really removing friction is also offering the right kind of payment options that, you know, really make sure that you've got the selection of main payment options that your customers want to use. All right, number 9, try personalization. So if you are able to really engage with your customers through personalized incentives, then statistics show that about 60% of consumers are more likely to become repeat buyers after a personalized shopping experience. So this, you know, could be playing to the holiday spirit with ideas like customized gift suggestions, for instance. So that sort of thing can really help make, I guess, more of a personal connection with your customers, and that can really help to build long-term loyalty. And by loyalty, I'm talking about people who become repeat buyers. I heard this wonderful term, Aussie term, rusted on. You know, obviously rust is stuck onto the metal, it doesn't go anywhere. We want our customers to be a bit like that. We want them to be buying from us over and over again, and that's what I mean by loyalty. So how on earth do you do this? You know, this kind of personalized incentives or communications. And this is where a tool like Clavio, particularly used in conjunction with Shopify, can really come into its own. So Clavio is an email platform, email and SMS. It's a customer database as well, and it has a deep integration with Shopify where the two platforms talk to each other. So essentially, Clavio, just like Shopify, it starts to build a really intuitive profile of your shoppers, and it uses a lot of artificial intelligence that's kind of built into the platform that kind of helps you to do things like predictive analytics, so you can start to gather the shopper insights. You know, it can even kind of help you pull together a segment of people who are likely to buy in the next week, for instance. You can also start to use the dynamic product recommendations in Clavio as well. So this is based off real-time data from your Shopify website, and it feeds it back into Clavio, and then you can build your emails so that the emails are dynamically adding the most relevant or popular products to your emails, and that can really help with increasing conversion rates. So you know, there's also other ways as well that you can segment your Clavio database. So you can you can create segments in Clavio based off contacts' shopping history. So really looking at that historic shopping data. You could look at, you know, if they usually buy for a boy or for a girl or for a mum or a dad, or you might have more gender inclusive customers who respond to more inclusive messaging, or customers who usually buy from one specific collection, or who usually spend a large amount versus not at all, versus lapsed customers, or people who've never bought for you but still open all your emails. There's so many ways that you can slice and dice your email list. Clavio can make that really simple to do. And this also helps you to be able to send more emails that in total, and the emails are going to be more relevant to the people receiving them, right? So ultimately, during a promotional period, you do want to send more emails than feels comfortable for most of you. Just think about it. You know, if you only send one email a week during the Christmas period or Black Friday period, do you think anyone will see that email when everybody else is sending loads? They're not. And so I know that on the flip side, many of you might be thinking, oh, but I don't want to be annoying, you know, send so many emails that my customers feel like I'm really annoying them. But that's not the case. You know, if you don't send enough emails, they're not even going to see them to be annoyed by you. All right. So let the data lead you as to when you have sent enough. You will start to see that open rates go down, click rates go down, unsubscribe rates go up. So If you haven't reached that point yet, then you're totally fine and you can keep sending more. All right, number 10, you want to ramp up your customer support to prepare for the holiday traffic and peak season, sales season. Because when sales volume does go up, so do the customer service inquiries. You need to anticipate this, okay? And this could be inquiries on your website live chat or email or social media channels. So you want to make sure you and your staff and any tools you use, like the gorgeous customer service app, you want to make sure that they're in place to deliver on expectations and to help handle any increase in inquiries or requests for help. They will come, and some of them, you know, you'll read them and you think, I know that I've sent that information to them on email, or I know that information is on my website. Why don't they just read it? People are going to be just asking because it's the easiest way. And so you just have to be prepared for that. And, you know, if you can be very prompt and offer that really great customer service, then you will set yourself ahead of the competition in the minds of your audience, and that will help you to sell more as well. So just be prepared for that. Now, I do have a bonus number 11 as well, and this is not so much about the planning or necessarily about the execution, but it is just as essential. And this is, you need to be keeping track of your results by monitoring and recording your performance metrics throughout this period of time. And this is going to really help you to pivot faster, to optimize faster, to scale faster and more effectively based on the data at hand, right? And so I'm talking about, you know, with your website, keep track of the conversion rate each week. You know, especially if you're making little tweaks and changes to your website, you want to make sure that they're actually helping to improve things like conversion rate or average order value and that sort of thing. You want to, you know, track the specific metrics of your marketing. So email open rates, click-through rates, conversion rate, number of orders, the amount of money that you've sent, you know, does it relate to the offer or the heading, the subject line? You want to track the, you know, all of those sorts of metrics on your paid advertising and even your organic search as well, if you're going to be doing things like you know, creating mega blogs that are optimized for your Christmas or holiday kind of gifting search terms. So keeping track of your performance metrics. The other thing that this does for you, two things in fact. Number one is that it helps hold you accountable and keeps you on track with your implementation. So, you know, it's very easy once you've made a plan to then let that plan fall by the wayside and kind of just, you know, time goes past and you don't realize that you're behind the 8 ball and you haven't implemented everything on the list. So keeping track of your performance metrics and really monitoring and recording the progress that you make helps to hold you accountable. The other thing that it does is it focuses your mind and your attention on the results and the data, as opposed to the gap between now and, you know, where you are now and your end goal. Because the more that you look at the gap, the harder it is for you to stay motivated and on track, because all you see is what you haven't achieved yet. So you don't want to keep looking at the gap. You want to set that goal, and then you want to just kind of put it aside and focus on the data at hand, and just literally focus on, okay, what can I do today to be 1% better tomorrow, or 5% better tomorrow, or 10% better next week, or whatever. You know, just focusing on the data really helps keep things a bit more objective and less emotional. And that also is, you know, pretty crucial to trying to succeed and grow in an e-commerce business. So that was my little bonus number 11 there. Alrighty, guys, that's it for this episode. I really do hope that you found this episode helpful. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of inspiration and motivation, and maybe a little bit of a kick up the bum if you know that you need to start taking action, but have perhaps been procrastinating a little bit. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, I'd love to ask you a quick favor. Would you share it with 1 or 2 of your business besties, especially if you know they're looking to really scale or grow their e-commerce business this year? It's very easy to share a podcast episode. You just need to click on the icon next to the podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it on, or of course the URL if you're watching this or you're on my website. So you just copy that link, and then you can message it to your friends, or you can share it, you know, in a text message or in a group or whatever. And of course, if you do want to get your hands on the special discount epic holiday promo bundle I mentioned, just head to catherinelangman.com/holiday and you can grab that at 75% off for yourself. And lastly, if you are keen for some more in-depth help and support with this stuff, please just give us a shout. So we offer courses, coaching, and done-for-you services to suit every stage in business. You know, whether you are needing to help to learn and implement these things for the first time, or you are looking to outsource to a team like ours. So if that's of interest to you, all you need to do is head to productpreneurmarketing.com and you can book in for a free strategy session. I will, of course, put that link and all the other links I've mentioned on the podcast show notes for this episode. All right, guys, that's it for today. Have a fantastic week, and I will be with you again on the show next week. Bye for now.
Now, if you love this episode and you feel a little inspired or motivated to implement some of the ideas or strategies into your own e-commerce business, but you know you'll need a little bit of deeper support with your marketing or the implementation, my team and I would love to help you. We help our clients to launch, scale, and grow their brands faster than ever, find hidden leaks or new opportunities in their e-commerce traffic and sales process, explore new creative marketing strategies, and help their businesses explode and become more lucrative than they ever dreamed possible. To find out more, just head over to Productpreneur Marketing. You can schedule your free e-commerce strategy session with us today, and you can discover how we can help you take your marketing and your brand to the next level, no matter where you're at today.